Hey everybody, Scotty B here. Welcome back. I am on a mission, but first this rake needs to lay down beside the tall grass here. I'll need that rake later, but right now we're going to the sand pit and I only need the shovel and the dolly with the garbage can. You can see I've already been dumping some of the lighter colored sand on this driveway already this year. On the left was the sawhorse with the no trespassing sign. And I'm going in the ditch on the quad trail. I got to go about 3 more power poles down, 200 yards down the line to this sand pit. So I get all the free sand I want from this sand pit to put on the driveway. And I'm digging about a foot down. There's a couple of inches of dirt and then there's a lot of organic matter in the sand. And then I'm trying to hit this vein. Now there's a lot of gravel in there and that's what I want, is the gravel to just help keep that finer sand from washing away. So on this particular day there was 2 trucks there from the tree company. There was a chainsaw crew on the land next to us and they are clear cutting trees away from the power poles, which I don't think has been done since like either the late 50s or early 60s when the power poles were first put up. And the power company has the legal right to clear all trees away from there. And it just makes sense because if there's a storm, you don't want trees taking out the power lines when you need your electricity the most. So I'm walking on the highway here because the weight of this garbage can is just tremendous. And if I walk in the ditch, I can't push it up that high hill. So this highway levels things out. But you can see from this SUV that people often pull over and give me lots of space. And even if they don't, it's no different than if I'm riding my bike on the highway. Now from this low angle, it looks like an impressive amount of sand. And I wish it could cover the whole driveway with just one trip to the sand pit. But that's not the case. And you can see from this other angle here that it's not nearly impressive. You can see on the right, there's remnants of a trench that I dug in the fall. And this is where I ran 1.25 inch piping just across, just slightly wider than the road. And then I can slide in the 1-inch irrigation pipe that I use to water the garden with. And that way, every fall, I'm able to actually drain all the water. I can pull that irrigation hose out, drain all the water, get it out, and then put it back in. Because there have been years where there's water that gets left. It's flatter than it looks, but the water stays on the planes, and then in the winter it freezes and cracks the hose. So I definitely need that ability to drain the hose. So you can see the ruts in the driveway, and what I had built up along that irrigation channel was sand, and I left the edges kind of open so that the water would run down and divert off to the right and off to the left. And this is to try and keep the sand on as long as I possibly can, because when I don't have those kind of like edge guides, what happens is the sand washes down really quickly, the water flows quickly from the top of the driveway, carries a lot of sand all the way down to the approach at the highway there. My approach gets higher and my driveway just kind of keeps channeling out and getting lower and lower. But what we need is a tractor with a land plane. And we need a land plane to just like go over the top of this and create a new crown and get rid of the ruts. But right now I don't have a functioning tractor and there is no money to even rent a land plane. So it's manual labor, doing what I can with what I have where I am. And the sand speed bump, it was like effective for whatever waters come, but it was there's people that keep horses on the land, and every time they bring their trailer in, the trailers would like bump really loud, and I'm sure it was disconcerting to the horses. So I just put a nice rise and fall on that and feathered everything out. So that's driveway maintenance for the day. You guys take care, and I'll talk to you later.